Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As I lower my microphone here was probably way overkill. Welcome to tonight's edition of Road to Glory. Tonight's is round one at Oulton Park, England. Here's a 2.692 miles or 4.307 kilometers track here. We're looking at a nice qualifying session and a 45-minute race. I'll be your host tonight, William, as we go well, for tonight's race, into the Carthams Academy car. Here, I'm trying to get myself a nice view here. Alright, so here, the Carthams Academy car. Let's have a nice on board here with our friend Eric the Race. So we're looking at a 125 bhp car with an open differential, a 5-speed manual gearbox, and some good old-fashioned low-grip tires. Obviously, as you can see, no downforce on these cars, or well, pretty much none. So that is very much a driver's car, which is, well, mostly controlled from the pedal, brake pedal, throttle control, and all that good stuff. It's all about the balancing the whole chassis by, well, not overdriving the whole thing, and I'm not asking too much out of it, as I did a bad here. Let's reload that. There we go. And I messed up. Hang on. I'll be back. I just did a bad. Just give me a second here. Alright, excuse me for that, and we're back. So, as I was saying, yeah, we're looking at the Carthams Academy car, like I said. Very nice car, which will reward, drivers who are very precise, delicate, rewards finesse, but which makes it a very nice, learning cars for up-and-coming drivers, amateur racers, and all that good stuff, but will also keep the more veterans and, how should I say, initiated driver on their toe. They'll keep them honest, because that car, as I say, rewards finesse. You cannot overdrive it, but if you manage to keep it on the edge, you will have a very good time here. So now here we are in overtime. I don't know if it's my fault actually for being in the pit lane, but we're gonna go into qualification here very soon. So our grid is way larger than the 3 people we see on the left. That will correct itself as the qualification goes on. So just before we get going here, as we're switching over the session, I have a message here, courtesy of some of our good friend here. So we're gonna have a charity event, which will be coming soon. So here we're looking with the RacingStronger.com charity event here, 2.4 hours of Suzuka, which will happen on the 11th of June. We're looking at a massive grid with up to 105 spots available with the GT3 cars of ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione, and I hope I didn't offend many people who can actually pronounce this. So yeah, qualification session will be on the 4th of June, race 1 will be on the 11th. You can go and get all that good information over at our Discord here. Hang on, I need to pull up my notes. Alright, yeah. So yeah, so at discord.gg/Apollo Racing Club. To get into the whole ordeal, all you need is a small donation to one of the listed charity foundations. A small donation of $10, and you just get into contact with one of the admin listed in the announcement, and we'll get you sorted, and we'll say thank you very much for your contribution. Again, you can get all of that good stuff at discord.gg/Apollo Racing Club in the ACC section of the Discord. And here, as I say that, we are getting going with our qualification here. So let's have here a nice onboard lap with Eric the Race here. So here we're starting with the Oulton Park circuit. So now we got here Eric inbound into 4th corner, Island Bend, which is a fast speed left-hander, which barely lifting just to get the car going through this into the hairpin at corner number 5. Which can take you off guard if you downshift. Well, you don't probably downshift by blipping the throttle. Might lock the differential a bit and give you a spook. As I say that, getting into 7, 8, and 9 on Britain's chicane here. Need to be careful on the braking. These cars, as said, have low grip tires. And now I'm just going to go and check if my microphone sounds okay. Low grip tires, and it seems like it does. And again, as I say that, more corners here. We're to Bishop's, did I say that? Or Bishop's chicane down to Knickerbrook's 12th corner, up the hill into the bend, which is Clay Hill, corner 13. And then we still have a long succession of very fast corner down into 15th turn here, which can be taken quite fast, but you need to be careful on the exit right here. There's a small bit of curve, but if you are a bit too brave, you might upset the car here. And then into the penultimate corner here, Lodge Corners, again going uphill, then downhill. A kind of bit of a blind corner here that you need to get up just right to get into the fast start finish bend here, and that completes pretty much a lap of this track. And now I'm gonna go here more in the camera view as Eric the race begins his lap here. So let's look at people on track right now. So we have Eric the race, our first one out, then second man Kieran Fox, then Legs Smith, followed by here Brandon, hang on, Krieg, sorry for skipping you, my man. Then we have Brandon Gobes, we have Yard Meat, then Tommy Cogan, Niall Drake, and I think I went twice on Legs, or did he? Okay, that's because he backed out. And I do believe we have someone else, which I don't see his name right now. I'm very sorry. Our good old Pfeiffer is the name he goes by. Actually, he's just connecting again. And here we go. So let's go on board right now. So we got right now we got Fox, who's is having best first sector so far. Then again, first lap out of the whole 10-minute session. This is a pretty long track for these cars. We're looking probably at pole position that will be around the 2 minutes flat. So depending if the guys need to reset their laps, maybe 4 or 5 laps top. I'd probably go up to 4 hot laps. That is if they don't need to go back to the pits for whatever reason. So now our first man out, Eric the race here, about to get into the last corner very soon. And we'll get starting with the provisional pole and so on. And here we're looking, Eric the race, a very nice entry, good exit as well. He's not fighting the car. And he's gonna go through the bend and get us our first lap of the session here with a 2-minute 4. No, actually 2-minute 1. I'm sorry. Then Kieran Fox just behind, and there you go, just bidding a tad bit higher on that 2 minutes flat. Then we got Kriegs here, 2-minute. No, Tommy Cogan, excuse me, 2-minute 1 second, so 0.8 behind Eric the race. I do believe Kriegs will be our next up. Very nice exit again as well. And we'll see where he goes with that. And a nice 2-minute 2 seconds. So just basically a whole second behind Tommy again, but plenty of time to improve here. At least 3 laps probably. That is what they're going to be able to do. We got Brandon Gobes here, 2 minutes 7. Next man up will be Yard Meat, still going through third sector here. I do believe he is at turn 15, which would be Druid's corner here. Unless, yeah, exactly. No, I was right on it. Meanwhile, Brandon Gobes into the pit, maybe doing a bit of a setup change here. These cars, it should be noted here, these cars do have some setup change. They're not a fixed setup, you know, a car. You are able to do a small amount of changes, nothing very complex or in-depth as you would be able to do with, let's say, a Formula 1 car. But these cars are very much centered around mechanical grip, so tire pressure, tire temperature, suspension work. This is the kind of setups you're looking at, you know, to dictate the balance of the car. Those will be small changes, but yeah, they can affect the car just enough to get it to do what you want it to do. So now let's see who's next in line for a lap. I think Eric de Race will be coming. He's not improving any of his sector yet, but maybe he's managed to pull off a nice third one. We'll see how it turns out. And no, nothing improving here. We got Fox here, very shy of basically 2 minutes flat, almost as flat as it gets, just poking his nose into the 159. So they'll be our men to beat now in provisional pole. We got Legs here, still going strong, not quite done. We got Niall Drake here into the penultimate corner. I would say nice exit. Let's see how it goes here. Do I have a better camera? Yeah, good enough. And we're going with the 2 minute 6, with Creeks improving 2 minute 2.5. I'm gonna have Smith here coming. He has a very good first sector, a nice second one. Let's see how it goes in the end of the third, and third sector 2 minutes 0.8, provisional second position just in front of Eric de Race. So now it looks like we're shipping here for a Fox in first, Eric de Race or Lex Smith for second. Then again, Tommy Congan not too far behind. I believe these three will be in contention for a second position, so that'll be interesting to see. Here we have our yard meet still going through third sector. I believe he's about to get into, I believe, last corner here. There we go. Here we have a nice exit. He's not taking too much of the curbs here, but you know, that's fine. Let's see how it goes through the bend, and voila, not improving here. Yard meet stay in sixth position with a 2 minute 5 seconds. Who's next in line? I do believe Eric de Race here will be next in line. So Eric de Race, looking at his stats from this season so far. So 2 weeks ago, just before break week, we had Eric battling out with Daikara pretty much the entirety of the race. It basically ended up on one of them making a mistake and decided who was going to be in, well, in that second place. That Fox just went through and kept the whole thing. And as I say that, Eric managed to improve to a 2 minute 0.9, just shy of 0.1 seconds off of Smith here. We have Tommy Cogan. I didn't see, I think he did improve actually, so still got times for, I'm going to say a single lap actually. And here Kriegs didn't improve any sectors, but maybe the third one will be where he grabs some times. Yes, and there he goes, 2 minute 1.8, still fifth position just behind Tommy Cogan here. Here we have, I think, our Brandon Gobes, and is it Krieg? No, who is it? Whose car is it? I don't know. Oh well. I'm pretty certain I think it's Smith actually. Yeah, like Smith. We'll have time. We see 47 seconds left. He'll have time here. He's taking some space a bit just to make sure he has a clean way to go. And there he goes for his last lap. As Brandon goes through the line, will he improve? Improve on first sector, and yes, improving. 2 minutes 6, just taking over Neil Drake here, who is in the pit, so not gonna do another lap, not that he has any time to get out, so probably do some setup work here, see if he can improve something. Here we have Jim Kimball. Is it Jim? Hang on, I don't know. I'm so used to call him by his Discord name of Pfeiffer here. Hang on, can I get something? Yeah, Josh, sorry, I said Jim, I don't know why, sorry, Josh Campbell here. Going 2 minute 28. He did say in the practice session he had some issue with the car, but I'm pretty sure he will manage to get this sorted. This is a car that rewards just, you know, track time in general. It's not very hard to figure out. It's very hard to master. It's very rewarding to master. But you know, it's somewhat easy to get into as he improves his first sector. So I'm sure we'll improve his lap altogether. So who's next in line? I think Krieg will be next in line here. So Krieg so far has 8 entry, not including today's race. He has yet to win. He did get 7 podiums if we consider 2 sessions per entry so far. So still a nice showing here as he goes across the line. Very slight improvement. He will remain in 5th position. So who else on track? So we have Smith, we have Eric DeRace. Neither improving so far. We have, well, I say Krieg should be done. Unless Assetto Corsa pulled a fast one on me. And we have Josh Kimball here in his 3rd sector. So he's improving across the board. We see how it turns out as he go across. I think it's 15 corner. Oh, that's a wide exit. I don't know if that lap will be invalidated. We'll have to see. So we said that is a car. Here goes the low grip tires with the lockup here in the last corner. This is a car that is very forgiving, but if you ask too much out of it, it will bite back. And I do believe that was an invalid lap. He did not improve. That is a shame, but that is a learning experience as well. Here goes Josh Kimball will go from 9th position. So who else? Eric DeRace coming through the last corner. Yeah, I think he's had enough. He's just coasting. Yes, thank you, Eric. That was that was the horn. So last one on track is Krieg. Apparently the game decided, yes, sir, you can have another go. Or maybe not, who knows? Maybe they're just waiting on me to just back to pit and... No, actually, there he goes. So overtime is overdue. So here is our grid for tonight's race. We got, let's go see our men. So we got Kieran Fox in first with a just slight sub 2 minutes here. Very nice lap. We got Lex Smith here with a 2:08 in 2nd position. Second row starting with Eric DeRace 2:09, followed by Tommy Coggan with a 2:01 .4. Third row starts with Kriegs with a 2:01.5 seconds. Just a big old 0.1 seconds off of Tommy Coggan. So looks like we have, well, I'd say a decent first half of the grid that will probably go and battle out quite hard the whole way. Then we have the start of the second half with Yard Meat closing in the third row with a 2:05. Then Brandon Gobes 2:06 just behind him on 7th position. Then Neil Drake, I hope I pronounced that correctly, in 8th with a 2:06. And then we have Josh Kimball in 9th here. So what we see basically is the first half pretty bunched up in what is roughly a second and a half, which is not that much actually. And then the second half of the grid is also quite bunched up. So yeah, so I'm hoping we're gonna have some nice action pretty much all over the grid here tonight. There you go. So the race is about to start. 1 minute countdown. So let's get us a view here. So just before we start again, so I'm just gonna get us another shout out. So for the charity racing, that's gonna be held. Sorry, that was hard to say for some reason. 2.4 hours of Suzuka. So if that will be held the race on the 11th of June. There's plenty of spaces that will be on Assetto Corsa Competizione. So feel free to head on to our Discord, discord.gg/Apollo Racing Club, and get in touch with the ACC team. They'll get you sorted with a small donation of $10 to a charity that is listed. So as I close this, we're gonna get back to the race here. Let's see how it goes. 6 lights and off they go here at Oulton Park with a very nice getaway from Fox. Followed just behind by Lex Smith, who's battling with Eric DeRace here, trying to get a better angle. With small collision, Eric DeRace taking the inside, forcing Lex Smith on the outside. Meanwhile, we got behind Tommy Coggan, I believe, with Craig Smith, as my thing here is refusing to answer my calls here. Oh, there you go. It probably will sort itself out eventually. Actually, I will just go and remove it real quick. Probably will do the trick. It does not, so that is awkward. All right, so as I say that, we got Kieran Fox holding strong in first. Then followed by Eric DeRace just trying to take over. Lex Smith on the outside is not going to be quite it. Can Legs here hold on to second position? He does, as he has the better line on the exit. But behind we have Tommy Coggan trying to get the better of Eric DeRace. That won't happen. He's just going to manage to keep on his line, as we see Fox getting further and further on that gap, now down to a whole second here. Trying to understand why the whole thing is not cooperating, but you know, that happens. I don't know why it does that, but you know, that's gonna be tonight. We're gonna figure it out. Anywho, so Kieran Fox first, Lex Smith second, Eric DeRace in third, who's under pressure by Tommy Callaghan and Krieg. So a three-man train that are actually trying to chase Smith just behind. If we go a tad bit further, we got our good old, I believe that is Krieg's. Then we got Yardmeet in 6th, Brandon Gobes in 7th, we got Josh Gimbel in 8th, with Niall Drake closing the whole ordeal in 9th position. As I say that, we got we got Josh Gimbel here doing a nice move on Brandon Gobes, taking the inside. Can Gobes hold it? Will he try to go on the outside? No, he will not. Maybe on the switch, if Josh managed to keep his line, he does. And there goes Josh Schmidt taking up a 7th position and 2 position games so far. If we go up the order here, we still have our... Alright, I'm gonna get through the bottom of this. Eric DeRace still pressuring Lex Smith here. And that was the first lap of this 55 minutes race. So the estimation we have would be about, I think we said something along the lines of 22 lap or so. And here comes Eric DeRace. Will he trying to peek on the inside? No, the outside actually. He will be denied. Maybe, as I say that, behind that we have Kriegs and Kogan just going at it. Let's see how it goes behind. So Tommy Kogan and Kriegs. Kriegs didn't manage to pull up the move here on Tommy Kogan. And no bueno, not even gonna try here on that chicane. That chicane is somewhat tricky because if you're a bit too ambitious on your braking, you will lock up. If you lock up, then goodbye, you will go over. Let's go back forward here. Lex Smith and Eric DeRace. Eric DeRace trying the inside, but that was probably not the right line. He is blocked by Lex Smith holding on to that 2nd position, as we see Kieran Fox in the background. Keeping that gap, making that gap wider and wider. And as I said, I believe the action would be for 2nd position here. We got Eric DeRace, a bit of grass here, trying the inside. That was a mistake. Here goes too much momentum. He will lose to 3, make it that 2 positions. Sorry, pardon me. He will end up behind Kriegs here and Tommy Coggan, who both will say thank you very much. That will remove some of the pressure of Smith here as they go across the start-finish line. Let's see how it goes for our laps here. I don't know why. What have I done again? Let's get this up. Oh, that did this again. That is unfortunate. Alright, so we'll have to deal with the fact that I will not be able to turn that off again. Alright, so here goes. Well, we'll have a small disturbance here, so apparently it didn't quite register the past few laps. I'm having lots of issue for some reason. Okay. Well, let's see here it goes. So we got Kriegs here in 4th position, followed by Eric DeRace. So if we're looking their last lap for some... Oh my god, Assetto Corsa is not playing nice tonight. I don't know why things are not behaving as they should, but that's part of the deal. Oh, let's assume I do this. Ah, there goes. Okay, so that part is solved. I should have done that from the start. So we got Kieran Fox here. Let's go through the field. Kieran Fox in first with a solid, comfortable gap of 3 seconds 7 to Lex Smith. In second position, third position, we got Tommy Coggan. Here's Smith just pulling away ever so slightly. Then fourth position, we got Kriegs, who is under pressure from Eric Derace, who will most likely attempt to crawl back from the mistakes that he did last lap. But Kriegs here, he knows what he's doing. He will not make this easy for Eric as much as he can, though Eric Derace is very much... he's a driver who I do believe that the whole car fits the man. He's usually very precise in his driving. So, and this car does reward finesse and precision. So, if he keeps going as he usually does, he'll probably be just fine. But then again, you just need not to ask too much of the car, just like here old Kriegs is doing actually, and that is an easy position for Eric Derace. Is now in fourth position with Kriegs down to fifth. Now let's go see how it goes at the back. We got Yardmeet in sixth position. We got Josh Campbell here slowly but surely crawling back positions. He's now down 2 seconds from Yardmeet. So very good work there, sir. We got Niall Drake in 8th positions and Brandon Gobes, who did a mistake of screening here, now down into 9th position. But you know, 37 minutes to go. You know, it's very much doable. He will crawl back, I am certain. With time, you know, consistency, you can do wonders here. Now let's see. Oh, as we come back, there you go. Tommy Coggan, a small mistake out of the chicane that Eric Derace will try to capitalize on. Taking the outside here, not quite. Let's see if you get enough speed here. A tad bit of draft, not much from these cars. Now we will get the inside, the same place he did his mistakes last time. Can he hold his line? He does. He's not getting grass. He'll do just fine here. But here, Tommy Coggan not going down without a fight on the outside here. And as all this goes, we got Kriegs, who is slowly creeping up to the two here and won some piece of that action. That battle is for third place. There goes. And oh, Eric Derace here. I think he did a mistake on his shifting, as we saw from the, how is it called, the backfires on his car. That is unfortunate. He did lose sometimes, but he's just on the back of Kriegs here, who will be under pressure right away. Down towards the third corner here, trying on the outside, barely still on the asphalt. He will manage to hold up. Now let's have a, no, not quite what I wanted to do. Let's drive in on the inboard here. We'll see how they work. So that we've seen is very much just trying to get the weight where you want it. As he go on the outside here, Kriegs going a tad too wide here, but he might have a good exit here, taking advantage of a straighter line. He will be right on Eric Derace's gearbox here. As we see that, we got Tommy Coggan, who's trying to just run away from this whole ordeal here. And there it goes, a nice exit again. So we can see the suspension working quite hard on these cars. I'm sure the guys are working just as hard. And here goes on the inside towards the chicane. That, oh, slight lock up, still doing, oh, coming close to contact here with Eric Derace, but managing to get out scot-free, minus maybe a few flat spots on these tires. Hopefully that does not get in his way too much for the rest of the race, which is still 35 minutes to go. Meanwhile, let's go down the order, though I do want to see here Kriegs fighting off Eric Derace. but I want to see what's going down a bit over there. Here we have Yarnmeat and Josh Kimball. Josh Kimball having a nice exit here, taking the inside line, and there goes the clean pass. Good job there. We'll see how Yarnmeats react. The inside was defended, and Yarnmeat maybe a slight, yeah, the rear was dancing a tad bit here, but maybe he has a better exit. We'll see how it turns out. No, not quite, and there goes, and that is a position taken here by Josh Kimball here. Oh, but I see here that Yarnmeat has a very nice exit indeed. Let's see if he can take that to the main straight. Maybe not quite. See here under pressure, trying the inside. No, not close enough, but did Josh Kimball here got spooked. Maybe a bit, taking it very wide here, but managing to keep the car under control. That will be not yet happening here for Yarnmeat, who will have to fight back. Here, very nice driving, very clean from all of you here, gentlemen. So now let's go back to Kriegs, DeRace, and Kogan, which Kogan actually got caught again by the race here. I'm very concerned about why these laps are taking 2 minutes plus, but yeah, that's Assetto Corsa being Assetto Corsa to you, I assume. Here, Eric DeRace trying to go on the inside, and it pays here. Tommy Cogan getting a bit wide. I wonder if he got spooked or just got the pressure up to him, and so will Krieg as well, taking advantage of that, but Tommy Cogan not getting down without a fight. And that will be a drag race up maybe to the next corner here with, and maybe not quite here. Tommy Cogan just managing to get in front. Krieg's maybe peeking the inside. Not quite here. We can see he's trying real hard with the car, but it's not gonna happen just yet. Let's go back into that car, shall we? Here on the inside of Tommy Cogan. No, not quite brave enough, but Tommy Cogan locking the wheels. And will that allow Kriegs here to have a nice exit? Yes, it kinda does, but he's on the outside here, but will take the inside on the next corner. Can he keep up the pace here? Tommy Cogan will be on the outside, both braking the same time, and there goes Kriegs taking the inside. Tommy Cogan taking quite wide, trying to keep some of that momentum. It is succeeding. He is holding to that inside line, and therefore that fourth position. And is a some very clean racing here tonight at Apollo Racing Club with the Caterham Academy car. Just a small reminder, these cars are actually, there used to be a car called the Lotus 7, which is basically the same type of chassis, the same type of car, and the whole package was bought by Caterham. Oh, as a nice, I want to say nice drift here, but no, not quite. Krieg's losing it into the hairpin. Not able to recover, probably a bad downshift, and probably locked the differential somehow. And oh, what happened here? In the first corner, Josh Kimball lost it, is having a hard time getting it back on track. Just be patient here, good sir, everything will be fine. And he is back out on track. That is unfortunate. So yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, this car is what Caterham made of what used to be the Lotus 7, and you know, unoriginally he labeled it the Caterham 7. Now this particular model was purpose-built and modified for Caterham's own entry-level championship, well, series of championship, but famously is entry-level, taking the name Caterham Academy, which is a rookie-only series, actually, so very much for up-and-coming drivers. And this car here, like I say at the beginning of everything, has Brandon Gobes here fighting with Neil Drake, who's losing it at the entry of the chicane, but doesn't seem to be losing too much time. So he'll be back into the fight as Brandon Gobes is just trying to get back up into the order here. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, for this car was made for you know, basically as a trainer car, made to indirectly teach, well, directly and indirectly actually, because there's a whole package of support for young drivers. Teach them the basics of car control, you know, how to deal with the shifting weight, how to handle your braking, how to handle your throttle, you know, the whole ordeal, you know, to help young drivers basically put together a very nice foundation for whatever series they wish to run, you know, as they go up. Alright, so it looks like the field has settled down a bit. Now let's look here at Fox. So very consistent times. Now for some reason the app is slowly trying to get together here. I'll have to figure out later why it does that, because that is an in-house build and things might not work properly sometimes. So here Fox's lap time, let's look at that. So lap 7, 6, 5th, 4th and 3rd. So good old Fox here, very much keeping into the 2 minutes flat. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong here, but it works. So for some reason there's one lap of good old Smith here that was not registered for some reason, but so yeah, Lex Smith, it's kind of hard to follow because then again the Haps is going bonkers, but we'll assume that he's also running close to the 2 minutes flat, though Kieran Fox is still managing to pull up a gap ever so slightly. So unless Fox does a mistake, I don't believe he'll be under any threat actually. He's a driver that's shown a very, very high amount of consistency through pretty much any series he's ran so far at Apollo Racing Club, be it the ACF1 or Road to Glory here, with which host a lot of different cars, tonight's being the Caterham Academy car. And so yeah, unless Smith can manage to pull some very fast lap times and put Fox under pressure, I think he'll be cruising and do his own thing. So we'll see how it turns out. Then we said second position we had Lex Smith here, also doing his own thing. Just managing to pull away from Eric DeRace. He's also trying to do his, doing his thing, being very consistent as well so far. Then third position we got Eric DeRace, who managed to pull away from the whole ordeal of Tommy Coggan and Kriegs. Doing his thing as well, pulling 1.6 or 7 right now, 0.8 seconds over Tommy Coggan. Doing his thing as well. Then Tommy Coggan here, who did a bit of a few mistakes here. As we said, this is a car that that is very forgiving, but push it too much and it will bite. But it's not over yet. 26 minutes to go. Barely, not even quite 2 seconds behind Eric DeRace. So that'll be to watch. As I say that, I was about to go check on Random Gobes, doing a small mistakes here again on the entry of that hairpin, who has caught a few people off guard so far. That is unfortunate, but he's shown he has the pace to go back up, so we'll see how it turned out. So then back to 5th position here with Kriegs. A whopping 9 seconds ahead of a yard meet. Had a good night so far, but I've had a few mistakes here and there. I think that's been the story of 3rd position down to 5th. Has been about not who doesn't make a mistakes, but who makes the least amount of them. So far it seems to have been Kriegs here, but Kriegs will probably not go down without fighting either. Again, 25 minutes to go, plenty of time to either come back or for others to make mistakes. People have been locking the wheels. This will flat spot the tire, which in return means more locking up and so on and so on. So eventually I do believe those who will have been harsher on their tires will probably pay the price, but only time will tell. Then further down the order in 6th positions here we have Yardmeet in his own world. Been doing fine, I'd say, though he did make one costly mistakes who got him just far back in his own little world. But as what I said earlier applied to him as well. Any mistakes on the top guys could mean him just being able to make a move up to 5th position here. So just keep on trucking, do your race, buddy. Maybe on the I'm losing my word here. Maybe opportunity, yes, sorry, will present itself. Then we have now Drake here. Also doing his thing, 7th position. So far his nemesis of the day will be Brandon Gobes, who keeps coming back, but you know, maybe one mistake too many keeps getting sent back. But as we see the time here, Brandon Gobes will catch up. Not counting the apps which have been showing some weird results so far, but that will be worked out with time. Pretty certain he will. And Kriegs, what happened to you? You just lost a whole bunch of time. Or did you? Or yard meet maybe, I don't know. Never mind. Well, he did lose some times, but I don't know that was... Oh no, he did lose a lot of time actually, never mind. We didn't see what happened. I do believe he lost it in the last corner, unfortunately. And then, like I was saying earlier, so Brandon Gobes will be slowly creeping up. What I wonder here, will he push too much, them in a bit too much of these tires, and there he goes, do some small mistakes, just trying to catch up at any price. Now, if he does that, that could be detrimental more than anything else. So we'll see how it goes as well. But he will not go down without a fight. Well, that is... Oh, and as I say that, up into the pit here. So we'll see. Is it a change of tire? Is it repairs? We will see, but as he does that, he will be left by Fox here, who has increased his gap to Smith by up to 9 seconds here. So very much doing his own race, being very consistent. Fox's time on the app are pretty much the only one that makes sense so far. Keeping it into the 2 minutes flat. So I do believe the only thing that's not making sense, fortunately, I'd say maybe, are the actual times, but the gaps themselves, which are in this case here, the middle column, seems like they're making a bit more sense. So this can be looked at, I'm gonna assume, until further notice. So I don't think Leg is catching up. He was catching up 2 laps ago or so probably a small mistakes on Fox's side. But now it seems like Fox just taking it back up a notch. Okay, that is interesting. I wanted to say that Eric's race time are the same as Smith here. Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay, that is well, there's something happening weird, but we'll live with that. So meanwhile, so yeah, Smith is not catching up Fox right now. The race versus Tommy Coggan. We got Tommy Coggan who's slowly creeping up, but mistakes once in a while. But otherwise, Eric the race still consistently a tad bit faster here than Tommy Coggan. So we'll see how that goes. Again, at one point I assume tire wear might be an issue. These are low grip tires, so I do understand that the car is probably not entirely depending on them, but you know, tires are still pretty much the only thing that keeps you going, like it or not, so we'll see how it goes. I don't recall if here Eric the race mistreated his tire too badly. We'll see how it goes as well. Let's see how the next lap of these two gentlemen compare right now. So Eric the race coming across, and then Tommy Coggan actually a tad bit faster, not by much, but we'll see. So these two are pretty much running. We're gonna assume pretty much just running the same lap time. So whoever drops the puck here, sorry for some of that Canadian slang, will just take the better of the other one. Then we have Kriegs here. So here we can see on the timing sheet that Kriegs did make a big blunder 2 laps ago and is trying to recover from it. But still slower by roughly, well, at least a second and a half on the last lap. So we'll see if he can get back into the game here. Still 20 minutes to go. We'll see how it goes here. Alright, the application here being somewhat silly. 149 laps for the gap to be closed down to a whole second. I'll call this to be... I don't want to say plausible, because some of these guys' laps don't make sense to me. But yeah, that's part of the deal, I guess. Now my question is, what did I mess up again last time? Okay, that kind of starts to make sense. Then again, disregarding those 2 columns of laps. But looks like Nile Drake is getting on to Yardmeet, though 68 laps is still unrealistic. We'll see how it goes, but from what I see, let's say 20-second gap, roughly, if that keeps on going, roughly 2 seconds gain on Yardmeet in 10 laps. I mean, it's possible. Maybe we can get a showdown between Yardmeet and Nile Drake for what is 6th position, but not entirely sure. Meanwhile, Brandon Gobes still in the pits. I'm not quite sure if it's a DNF yet, or he's just very long to repair what it is, whatever he is repairing. But that is a shame, as Brandon Gobes here was running. I want to say quite strong, actually. You know, being there and trying to fight back, but unfortunately he just dropped down probably, and will live with 8th positions tonight. As 17 minutes are left and we are having a bit of a downtime. Allow me again to plug our charity event held on the 11th of June in collaboration, I believe, with RaceStronger.com for this whole charity race is made in support of mental health issue. Entry fees is $10 to any of the accepted charity. If you are looking to join up, take part, or just, you know, help for the sake of it, feel free to drop by on our Discord, discord.gg/Apollo Racing Club, and go get in touch with the team of the Assetto Corsa Competizione division here, and they will sort you out and answer any questions you might have in link with that event. So again, held the 11th of June, the 2.4 hours of Suzuka charity event for mental health. Alright, so coming back here to the guys here, I see that Tommy Coggin just took over good old Eric DeRace here off screen. So I wonder what happened here. That has to have happened in the last lap, actually. These two are running very close so far. So that must have been a silly mistake. Maybe those tires are somewhat starting to misbehave themselves. So we'll see how that goes, but Eric DeRace have a slight advantage in pace, but I think at this point is a non-factor. Even if I mean, they're running very close to each other in terms of pace. Again, disregarding those wacky times we see on the screen, which are, I don't think it's taking 2 minutes 10 for them to go around. That'd be 10 seconds a lap slower than Fox, so I'll doubt that, but nevertheless, Eric DeRace might be able to catch up a bit here. Again, maybe if it's all about who makes the mistakes first, and so far it seems to be Eric DeRace. If that is the case, then Tommy Coggin is out for a 3rd position here. Which he probably would be very happy about, because he wanted to join up for last Road to Glory, which was the I don't remember which car. I think it was a Lotus, actually. At The high-speed ring, yes, which it wasn't Gran Turismo track actually. He didn't manage to get on board because, well, work got in the way is what I understood of the whole ordeal. So he is back this week and up in third positions right now, which I believe he'll be very happy about. So here we just hit, well, 10 seconds ago, the 15-minute mark left. So I'd say roughly eight or so laps. So we got Kieran Fox here still in a solid, comfortable first position. Second position here being Alex Smith. A very solid second positions as well. Then we go down about 15-20 seconds. We got 15 seconds, we'll say. We have Tommy Coggan here as I'm looking on my screen and the stream is having some issue. Hang on. Alright, hopefully we're back in business. For some reason, I think there were some server issues as I was trying to reconnect, but now we are back. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I just received a note here from Josh Kimball, actually, good old Pfeiffer. Retirement due to Derek Drive related injury. So probably when he was fighting the car or something, the Derek Drive came back to him and snapped his hand with a vengeance or something. That is very unfortunate, buddy. I hope you'll be fine soon enough. That is not too serious. Always gotta be cautious with those Derek Drive. They can go batshit once in a while, and they will snap you. Unfortunately. So as all of this goes here, we still got positions are pretty much locked down so far. We still got Eric DeRace in 4th position, going after Tommy Cogan, still by 4.5 seconds down. Then behind him we have Kriegs here still going 5th, Yardmeet in 6th, and Niall Drake in 7th. Imagine somewhat more consistent lap time maybe than good old Yardmeet, but I doubt he will manage to catch up. So here our leader again, Kieran Fox. So as we follow him around the track here, I got a few, let's go through my notes here. So for those that didn't know, this track, Oulton Park, although I would very much like to have it as a Formula 1 track, it's still only Grade 3 tracks. Now for those who don't know, tracks are graded and not every series or cars or championships can be held on just about any track. And now Formula 1 is a Grade 1 track. It's the top of the top. So the whole ordeal is handled by the FIA. So the grade can be pretty much anything from the safety, safety procedures, the runoff areas, the pavement, the facilities, pretty much a whole bunch of ordeal here. Which is why, for example, Hill Oulton will probably not be a Formula 1 track ever, anytime soon. As such, it is graded as a Grade 3 tracks. Still running some, I would say, high-profile series, especially the BTC, British Touring Car Championships, is held on this track. We also got some good old British GT, I believe, some of the British Superbike, and some Formula 3. Is also held on this track here. So pretty much a classic of pretty much anything that is British racing related here. And tonight we are running, I do believe, is the I think it's called the international layout. Actually, there are two layouts here. There's one which is with the chicanes and one which is not. Obviously, we have the chicane here because that make for some good old entertainment of drivers just trying their luck a bit too heavily. Not that... Oh, what is that? So that is Niall Drake here losing it on the outside. That is unfortunate here. He probably will be locked into that 7th position, sadly. Managed to run what is I say a solid race somehow, but that little car, that little kid car, like I say, forgiving, but bites heavily if you misjudge things. Also, thank you for the graphics. Some of them are my own modification of VCAS. That is the left side leaderboard. And then there's my own little invention, which is misbehaving, which is the one you're looking at the bottom here. But that will be sorted in time. So thank you for being here tonight, watching Road to Glory. We're running the Carthams at Oulton Park. Now, speaking of Road to Glory here, let's go and check what's in store for next week. So let's see, Road to Glory. So we are at round 9, Cartham Academy, Oulton Park. So next week, May 23rd, will be round 10, and that will be some European NASCAR at Autodromo Most, which is the first time I hear about this track here. Let's go check real quick what we're in store for next week. So that is a track in the Czech Republic, actually, which is very much not a novel. So if I'm reading this right, that will be some good old stock cars on well, a good old fashioned road course. So that will be lots of fun, I assume. I'll have to try these cars because I'll be casting these races from now on, and you know, to be able to get back to you with some information on the whole thing. So yeah, next week, Euro NASCAR at a Czech Republic track, which I already forgotten the name because that was in my other view. Autodromo Most, yes, that is it. And meanwhile, you're watching round 8th. Is it 8 or 9? My god, am I lost tonight? Round 9th with the Cartham Academy car. Still lead, in the lead is Kieran Fox here as he's coming about to end his 19th lap. About less than 7 minutes to go. So far the positions look like they're locked up. Though then again, we have Tommy Coggin here, who, well, I'll say he's under pressure from Eric the Race. Well, under pressure, I'll say is a big word. He knows he's there, and he knows that a mistakes can cost him a 3rd position here. And Eric the Race, he will smell blood if there is any there, and he will go and get his opportunity down. But so far, it looks like Tommy Coggin is in contention for a 3rd position. Well, our forgotten of the night, I'd say, Lex Smith in 2nd position as well, his own little world. Didn't manage to catch up to Fox. He probably knows that and just decided to say, I'm gonna do my own little race here, not take any risk, and just make sure to bring this home. Eric the Race slowly creeping now down to 3 seconds. Then in 5th position we have Kriegs here, who's having a little spook with the rear of this car here. Firmly in 5th position. He had a good fight with the Race and Cogan for 3rd positions, but did a small one too many mistakes and was sent back a bit, unfortunately. But so far it looks like he'll manage a 5th position here. We have Yardmeat down in 6th position, who's being about to get lapped by Legs, actually. Yardmeat also was somewhat close contention for 5th at one point, was also fighting with Niall Drake and Brandon Gobes and Josh Kimball before he DNF for direct drive-related injury. Looks to be coming down with a 6th position. I'll say pretty much deserved, as the first half was pretty much very close, but close in terms of sorry, not gap actually, sorry, in terms of lap time, and the second half was pretty much the same. So he will come out as the best of the second half here. And we have Niall Drake here, 7th position, still managed to grab 1 position actually, so you know, still a good, we'll take it as a good result. You know, you take what you can, and you know, 1 position, well, that's still an improvement over your qualifying time. So in my book, that's still a victory here, and you know, that'll still be points here. And then we have in the pits here Brandon Gobes. At this point, I don't believe he's doing any repairs. I think he just DNF'd actually. He had a good night. Then and there he goes. He had a good night until he did one too many mistakes here. He managed to catch up quite often. Then just small mistakes in the corner, and then he was sent down spinning just to start again. But here he will come into 8th position. And then I cannot click on him anymore, but we have Josh Kimball in 9th again, like I say, retired due to a small injury. Again, direct drive related. As I say, these things are fearsome. You must respect them, and that's what you get, sadly, when something just silly can happen and hurt you. And as I say that, 3 minutes left to this race here at Oulton Park, so roughly 21 laps. We'll go for, I say, 2 other laps, so that'll be a 23 lap race actually. So hopefully the guys didn't take too much to word what I said before the race when we were chatting. My estimation was that this race was gonna go for 22 laps, so hopefully they didn't take me to my words and only took 22 laps worth of fuel, because they might just get robbed here. As we have here late entry, Tommy Guns. He was not here for qualification, so maybe he's just here to have a few laps and enjoy himself tonight. Tommy Guns is how should I say, I'm having a hard time with my words tonight, but he is one of those recurring participants in our Wednesday series of the ACF1 series here in the Assetto Corsa division, held every Wednesday with the RSS Formula Hybrid 2022 mod. A very fearsome beast indeed. Today is the Monday series of Road to Glory, where every week or so the cars become ever more powerful and more how should I say, not complicated, but more well, overall different. We'll just go with that. Oh, and as Tommy Gunn just decides to say, yeah, no, not worth it, sorry mate. So yeah, so every week the cars and tracks will change. They will become ever increasing in power, increasing maybe in complexity or challenge, and the whole series will come to an end in the end of July, where 2 races back to back, the 11th and the 18th, will be held with the 80s Formula 1 Challenge, which will be using the Lotus 98T, the monsters, the turbo ground effect driven monsters of the 80s. So just stay with us and you'll go through that whole evolution of all these different cars up to the end. Still to go as we go to what I believe will be the last lap here with Kieran Fox. So series up and coming for Road to Glory. Next week, as I was saying, we have the Euro NASCAR at Autodromo Most in the Czech Republic. Then after that, Ford versus Ferrari at the Grand Circuit of Le Mans. Then the break week, then back early June, will be with the DTMs at the Nordschleife. That will be a thing to see. Then the Renault Espace Challenge. I'm not quite sure what kind of car that is, but that's probably a kind of GT car at Grindwald. Then third to last race of the series will be the Super GT at Sportsland Sugo. Then the break week again, and the last 2 races with the Lotus 98. So still quite a good amount of good cars coming about. Are these cars vanilla in the game, or are you guys adding mod each week? Well, some of them were vanillas. Usually, I think, well, lots of them would be mods. So far, to my knowledge, none of them have been paid mods. Pretty much everything, actually I'm pretty certain, pretty much anything are free mods. Feel free to just pick them up, install them up, have a few lap on our server, and feel free to join on Monday nights. Just go and ping the people at the Assetto Corsa division of Apollo Racing Club, and we'll get you sorted with all the information you might require. And also, don't be shy to come if you don't feel you're up to the challenge or whatever. We have guys of pretty much any level here, so you're sure to find somebody you'll be able to have a good old dance with. So again, Apollo Racing Club, our Assetto Corsa division. Feel free to ping us up and we'll get you sorted. And now I'll just let here go our good old Fox here, who did a flawless race to my knowledge. We'll grab first position here with the Caterham Academy car at Oulton Park here tonight at Road to Glory. So now let's have a small, there we go, free cam here. Congratulations, Kieran Fox, first position tonight. All right, let's see. We'll go with right over here. So coming down the row, we had Leg Smith here, second position as there we go, doing a very good race as well. He managed to get away from the pack of Angry Wolf that was Tommy Coggan, the Racing Kriegs, and just went on his way for second positions. Now coming about to the bend, we have Tommy Coggan here, who managed to run away from Eric the Race for a third position and a gain of 1 position tonight. Congratulations, good sir. Here our podium is complete. And then we have Eric the Race here incoming with what I believe is yard meet. So we got our 6th and 4th positions respectively coming through the line here. So good race to you all, guys. Very clean again. Go and have some fun with these tires, Eric. And then 5th position also coming through will be Creeks, and I think we have Niall Drake, who will come just before in 7th position here. Niall Drake here, 7th position, managed to gain 1 position into this whole race tonight. Congratulations. And then Kriegs, our final racer here, coming through the line in 5th positions, and the usual post-race shenanigans of bumper cars here. So for those who don't know, that might not be acceptable in some other community. Here it's just considered good old fun of let's unwind and just do some bumper cars here. So going through our rank and file again here, we have Kieran Fox in 1st position, we got Like Smith in 2nd, Tommy Coggan rounding up the podium, then Eric the Race in 4th, Kreese in 5th here having some good old donuts, Yard Meat in 6th, Niall Drake in 7th, and then closing the rest of the field, we had in 8th position, we had Brandon Gobes, then Josh Kimball in 9th, and we had a small checkup of Tommy Guns here as we get an aerial view of the beautiful lap, the beautiful track here. And just because I found that earlier, we'll just finish this whole thing with a picture of some of the ducks here that I found in this here lakes. So here tonight was Road to Glory at Oulton Park, Caterham Academy Club cars. And just before I let you all go, final plug here for our charity event here with racingstronger.com. The 2.4 hours of Suzuka will be held the 11th of June. All you need to join up, or if you just feel like helping out a bit, think about a small $10 to one of the charity listed in our channel. You can go at the discord.gg at Apollo Racing Club and just get in touch with the Assetto Corsa Competizione crew over there. They'll get you sorted and get you all that information you need. So here again, it was round, I'm gonna check again because I'm not sure, because that's my challenge of every day. Round 9 of Road to Glory here at Apollo Racing Club. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully I'll fix the things that didn't work quite well, and we'll catch you next week again with the Euro NASCAR in the Czech Republic. So have a good one, everybody, and enjoy the night.